Well, hello everybody. How you guys are doing today? Happy Sunday, April 2nd, 2023. Make sure you guys are subscribing, hitting the like button, and make sure you go share to everybody, including Ray Ray, Pookie, and Kiki and LaQuasia. I see Bonnie Chambers in the building with, of course, that is me. I'm going to interview Tyrone Malone. If you all doesn't know or heard a story about him, he's from Chicago, West Side, grew up in Cabrini Green, got into a little bit of some trouble, and he became an author and wrote a story about his life. So as soon as he pop up, I'm gonna say hello to Angel, Nelly, baby, and everybody else who shows up. Um, Happy birthday to you, Nelly. Many wishes to you. So now I am here. It's exactly time 5:52. So Mr. Tyrone Malone should be in the building in a very short. He just gave me a buzz, so I'm not gonna worry. But I will be talking to you guys while we are waiting. So I hope everybody had a happy Sunday. I went to church today for the second time of this year. Yes, I'm trying to get better. But always remember though, for real talk, if I don't say this at the end, make sure you have a positive mind, a positive energy, and don't let nobody take your joy away from you. Because if you do, you allow the demons and the negativity into your life. So always put God first. Make sure you also have a positive mind. Because without the positive mind, it's the negative energy. And you don't want that. So while we're waiting for my guest to come in, okay, give me 1 second. Let me give him the exact info. Okay, now I am back. So yes, and I want to say happy early birthday to my grandson who will be making 5 years old tomorrow. So happy birthday, Elijah. So other than that, like I said, Tyrone Malone, he's from the west side of Chicago. Can't beat the west side because the west side, from what I was told, kind of better than the south side, but of course, south side is a little bit better. Just kidding. But anywho, um, west side Chicago from Cabrini Green. Now, very talented young man. When I say very talented, I mean this young man here could talk about his story of life. Everybody, when I bring people to my podcast, everybody has a story. Tyrone is one of the ones that have a major story to tell, to talk about, to hear about. I will ask questions and I would like for you guys to even ask questions too. Please type in all your comments so I will can see so I can read them off to Mr. Tyrone. Just be fair and let's make it happen. So yes, so tomorrow I have Mr. Eddie O.J. Williamson with the Clientele Brothers. So yes, tomorrow. 1 minute. Sorry about that. That was Mr. Tyrone Malone. We're having some technical issues right now, and I don't understand why. But yes, maybe I do need to get my other phone. But I'm just going to see what's going on right here, right now. Okay. So, I was we waiting on Mr. Tyrone. That's the link for Mr. Tyrone only. I don't want to see nobody else but Mr. Tyrone himself. But yeah, so other than that, guys, tomorrow I will be having Mr. Eddie OJ and the Clientele Brothers. Very excited about this. Super excited about this. Okay, there I go. I had another phone call with Mr. Tyrone Malone. Give me 1 second, guys. Give me 1 second. Okay, I'm back. I am back in effect. Sorry about that. I had to go get my other phone. I should have got it a long time ago. See what's going on. Check back with him at all given times. Make sure I give him a buzz and a phone call. That's what you're supposed to do during the interview. Find out what's the problem and what trouble are they having. I just seen somebody just pop up. So make sure you subscribe. Hit the like, hit the like button. Make sure you time in and share. That's the number one key to share. Share, share, share. Oh, excuse me. So as I'm waiting, I'm just going to find out what's going on with Mr. Malone because he's supposed to come and I don't know what's going on. Check the cams. Oh, Sorry. Just checking my camera. Uh-oh. Give me one second. Sorry about that. That is one of my interviewers for tomorrow. But it's going to be on Instagram because I see that now that my people are having trouble on the YouTube. So that's why I switch it over to do the the YouTube live and see how that worked because it worked last time I did this. And now today, all of a sudden, it's not even working. I don't understand why. I don't understand why. Yes. But other than that, I hope everybody have a happy Sunday. Tune in tomorrow on Instagram. If you're not following me, it's the real Bonnie Chambers with my picture on there. Not the fake one, but this is the real one. So as I'm trying to get in contact to find out what's going on with Mr. May have to end this. I don't want to end this because some people already showed up and hit the like button already. I don't understand why people can't get it to work, and I just put it up there. Hmm. Yeah, sometimes it make you go, I don't understand it, but hey, it happened. It happens to the best of us, you know. Beauty, beauty. Okay, let me see what's going on with Mr. Tyrone. This is supposed to pop up. Can't get into it. Oh wow. I hear you going right. Oh, that interview. Did you all see the Forrest and D interview? Oh my God, let me tell you something. Forrest and D interview was off the chain. I loved it. Salute, shout out to Forrest MD. The brother, Steve. Awesome young man. Awesome, 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 awesome young man. And very nice too. You know, you don't meet too many nice people in this world. You don't. You don't meet too many nice people in this world at all. You know. So very nice. Salute out to Steve. I call him Steve. You all call him Stevie. But yes, I don't understand what's going on. Give me one second, guys. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, are you all able to hear me? Give me a thumbs up, give me a hello, give me something. I'm looking for Tyrone Malone now. I was just about to call him, he's calling me. So let's see. You will never be the same, never be the same. Love is the house you got the key. I love that song. I'm so sorry, y'all. I probably like in the day song. Let me see. I see one person in here. Hello. Mm-mm. I don't see him, but I do. There we go. Ladies and gentlemen, get your hands together. Mr. Tyrone Malone. Hello, Mr. Tyrone. How are you? Uh-oh. Are you? I cannot see you right now. I cannot see your face, and it sounds like you're breaking.
Can you see me now?
No, look like you're dark. Come back in and try it again. Let me see if it happens.
What you mean come back in?
Just let me see. Let me see. Let me see. Let me get you together. Let me see if I can get you together. Hold on. I'm going to the next room. Going to the bathroom. See if we can hear it from each other. Let me see. Wait a minute. Hold up. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Don't go nowhere. Okay. Can you? Okay. Alrighty. I don't know what happened. He disappeared on me. He disappeared on me. But I'm glad we got it. We got it together. But he just disappeared on me. Let me see what's going on. I heard him. You all heard him too. So let me see. Don't lose. Oh, that's nothing. All righty. Let me see what's going on. Uh-oh. I'm still live. I ain't going nowhere. I think might be him. Let me see. Because sometimes people have Wi-Fi and some people don't have Wi-Fi. So I'm just seeing. Hello, everybody. Make sure you like, subscribe, and make sure you share. I have Tyrone Malone, who's from the west side of Chicago. Cabrini Ray, born and raised on the west side of Chicago in Cabrini Green. He was in some trouble with the law, but eventually he got out of that trouble, and now he has a book to describe his whole entire story. And I would like to have him on my podcast, as we have it now, to talk about his book, talk about his story, and his life. So, a lot of people ask me, what is my podcast about? It's about storytelling. Everybody has a story to tell. If you don't have a story to tell, try to make one up. So, as I'm waiting on Mr. Tyrone, I'm just sitting back waiting to see what's going on. Let me see here. Okay. Haven't made it in back yet, but I still see him. So let me see what my guests look like. It's just still showing me. So I'm gonna try to use a lot of this on my other phone. Use on my other phone and see if I can get through. If I can get through, I know he can too. But yes, life has been so beautiful towards me. How life towards you. That's the name of today's podcast interview with Tyrone. So as I'm trying to enter myself, there we go. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, here we are with Mr. Tyrone Malone. There we go. Got him. Hello, 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 King. How are you?
I'm great. How are you?
Yes, the sound is way better now. I am good. I am great. Um, so tell me, grew up in west side of Chicago. in Cabrini Green. And now you have a story to talk about. You wrote about it. Tell me about your book. I'm excited to hear about it.
Well, basically, my book is about me growing up in an environment where I was affected by a lot of things that made me act in a certain way to where it led me to be astray. It led me to be self-destructed with me growing up with a gang mentality. I grew up in Cabrini Greens where all I ever heard was gunshots and things happening bad to people fighting. I grew up fighting all the time and having to defend myself and have to struggle and strive for betterment just to even eat. I couldn't even go to the store for my mom when I was a little kid. So it was rough for me.
Wow. And you was a big time
Oh, I
gangster? I
ain't even
mean, gang member?
as a youth. I was around about 9 years old. I chose to live because all I do from living through all those areas and overcome the things.
I'm listening to you, huh? I'm listening.
I was bad out. I was in elementary school and I was so bad to where my mom, she was scared with me and my brother's life.
Uh-oh. There go his connection again. I had to step out for a minute, but yes, I'm still with you guys. I don't know what just happened with Mr. Tyrone Malone, but yes, so now we will hear back from him. So I will let you all know. Tyrone Malone got into, as a kid, like most kids do, getting some, thinking that their friends are friends, and then they wind up being gang. They get a clique now, and then once that clique start to happen, then they turn into gangs, drugs, you know, as time went on. But yes, so Tyrone Malone also did some years in prison. And during his prison time, he did wrote a book. He wrote the book out. And once he had written his book, um, he made a lifetime story about himself and how he grew up on the west side of Chicago in Cabrini Green. So now, when I'm just waiting on him to come back in and come back out. But in the meantime, if you have any questions for Mr. Malone, please type in your questions, and I will see his questions and I will answer it. So, in the time being, while we are waiting on Mr. Tyrone Malone, we will have more discussions about him. And yes, you can find his book in Amazon, Barnes and Nobles, and some libraries may even have it now. And he will have a book signing tour coming up soon. And if you're in Racine or Wisconsin, if you're in that city, he will tell you about his tour that is coming up. Um, so yes, he will have a tour. Are my talking clear for you guys? Because I hope I'm not disrupting or having like the echo going on. So if you can hear me, please type in yes. So, but anyway, Mr. Tyrone Malone also had a book out. He had like several, he just had his first signing book in Wisconsin back here at the beginning of the year 2023. So now we're going to hear about his story even more. See, he can come to your town for the book signing. See if he can be able to come to. I'm going to make sure that he had come back to his hometown, which is Chicago, Illinois. So I'm going to make sure he comes back to Chicago. I'm going to make a few phone calls for him so he could be able to have books out here so people could sign at Barnes and Noble, or you could find his book at Amazon Prime. You can read about it, or you can just go ahead and buy the audio. So he's going to let you know about that. And here we go with Mr. Tyrone Malone.
I ended up being removed from Chicago because of my bad behaviors, and I was just a disruptive child. I used to get whoopings every day. I'm talking about my mom used to just whoop me all the time for everything. I used to hang with older guys. I grew up being around older guys all the time, and they kind of taught me a lot of things on basically how to survive, how to fight, steal, how to sell drugs, how to shoot guns, and I was doing it all, and I was around it, and I ran with that mentality. And when I came to Wisconsin, I was like, I felt like I was already grown. I was number like 14 or 15. So I was so rebellious that when I came to Wisconsin, I was taken from my mom. I was put into a group home because I was smoking marijuana. Like I say, I was introduced to a lot of things at an early age, and I was smoking like marijuana since I was about 8 years of age, and I continued to do that no matter what. And my mom's knew it, and it was like my mom, she had to accept the things she couldn't change because this lifestyle was instilled in me, and she watched me when I was in the projects. So I ended up carrying on with the criminal mentality because I had hung around so many guys. They used to steal, pickpocket. I even seen guys cash purses, and that was a part of what I thought was survival, being tough. And we was automatic gang members. And where I come from, it was rough with me growing up as a vice lord. I grew up around none but disciples. We called them disciples then. So it was rough for me growing up where I come from. Life from Cabrini Greens, it's basically from the bankroll. I'm from Cabrini Greens. There's 2 buildings inside of Cabrini Greens that was only vice lord buildings. And wow, that's where I'm from. So I'm there on Cabrini Greens. I represent Cabrini Greens. I love Cabrini Greens, but I'm from the bankroll. I'm 500 West Street. And I went to and across the street.
Wow. So we probably can't hear Mr. Tyrone right now because of the Wi-Fi. Either he's on a Wi-Fi. You on a Wi-Fi? I can't hear you now.
You can't hear me now?
I can hear you now. Okay.
Okay, you hear me? Okay.
I can hear you. So let me ask you this. What would you tell the younger you today?
Oh, I would tell the younger youth to first off, stay in school. Stay in school. You know what I'm saying? Have faith and continue to want to be educated. Continue to want to
So I cannot hear you. You breaking. You're muffling now. But yeah, so Mr. Tyrone has so many experts in the street life. Like I said, dealing with the younger youth, I want to know what would he tell his younger him, the younger him, How will he better himself from today? But as soon as that question coming up, if anybody else have a question, yes, he is a great dude, Mr. Alan Smith. I did see that. If you have any other questions for Mr. Tyrone, please do in the box. Feel free, type in your comment in the
I'm
okay.
back now. I'm back now. I guess this
Okay.
the Wi-Fi tripping where I'm at, but
It's
like I was saying,
okay.
yeah, but
Mm-mm.
hello,
Yes, I'm
yeah, kids,
here.
most of these kids don't have leaders no more. They don't have no one to listen to, and they're not going to listen. So they are very rebellious. Also, doing
Wow. So once again, he's also is I know you know him real good, Alan Smith. I know y'all kind of grew up, well, not kind of, y'all did grew up together in Cabrini Green as well on the west side of Chicago. And yes, I'm going to put it like this here. I know exactly how to interpret what he's talking about. The younger youth doesn't have any structure. The younger youth today doesn't have the determined that what we had back then in the late 70s 80s and the early part of the 90s and the later part of the 90s, that's when everything went a haywire. But I do understand what Mr. Tyrone is going through. And when he's speaking about with these youth today, there was whoopings. There were parents was talking to us when they were talking to us, and we were either we were going to listen to our parents back then or we were going to stay in trouble. But yes, in between time, meantime, younger youth doesn't have what we had back then. Because back then they were allowing the teachers to whip them with the big old ruler. If you all don't know, it's that big old yard line you have all the way, I mean, it goes from 1 to 40 yards of the ruler. Oh, you're from Racine? Okay, okay. Mr. Race, okay. I look, I love my Wisconsins now. I love my Wisconsins. You know, Milwaukee Bucks all the way. Number one was my favorite team. Now it's LA Lakers. So hey, let's see what Milwaukee Bucks gonna do this year. But yes, I'm just gonna put it out there. Today youth doesn't have what it takes. That's why some of them don't live long like we are. If you made it to your 30s, you got to pray that you make it to 40s. Back then, you didn't have to worry about praying to making 30s, 40s. Now we just got to pray and we can make it to our 50s because look what's going on. Look what the things that we're eating. Look at health is wealth. And other than that, if we don't have the food that we needed to nurturize our mind, I know. See, and back then, I don't know if you remember when teachers were allowed to spank a child in the classroom, make them have 5 dictionaries with their arms standing, yeah, with their arms out as they were standing in the corner. These teachers today doesn't know anything about discipline. And discipline is the number one key to kids these days. And it doesn't matter what race you in, kids gonna do what other kids are doing today. And they see one bad apple spoils it all. Remember, I don't know if you all ever heard of that. One bad apple spoils it all. So once that apple is rotten, that means that these kids today are very spoiled and rotten. I hate to say it like that, but they are. Parents at home, they don't want to whoop their kids. They let the system, the streets, the police whoop their kids. And that's why so many of them saying, oh, the police did this to my child, or oh, the police did that to my child, and CPS did this to my child. No, it's all about how you raise your kids. Yes, my parents didn't play that neither. I grew up with a house full of everybody's. And I mean uncles, aunties, great great mamas, great great grandfathers, you know. Hello, Mr. Tyrone.
Hey, hey, hey. I'm still trying to stay tapped in with you for sure. You know that.
I'm not that, you know what? Me and Mr. Allen Smith, we done had a whole full conversation.
Great, 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 great. Yeah.
Yes.
I'm
But
back
let me
there.
ask you this. What would you tell the younger you? What would you change? And how would you change the younger you?
Basically, I would have to tell the younger youth
No,
they would
not
have
you.
to,
I'm talking about you. You in general. You. What would you tell your what would change you? What would you tell the younger you? Not you, you.
the younger
Um,
me.
yes, the younger you. What would you tell yourself if the younger Tyrone Malone? Uh-oh. I cannot hear him again. He in and out again. So we're gonna bear with him, guys. I'm so serious. Bear with him. So
Did you
yes,
hear me?
now I can hear you.
I don't know, my phone is tripping. I was saying that to stay in school and stay away from drugs and like these pills and syrup and all of that, them things is causing these kids to do a lot of mishaps in life and things that they really don't have no control over as far as killing each
Okay. If they took the drugs out the system, you know, and one thing I disagree on, and a lot of people probably will hate me for this, and I hope I don't get this up in, but certain marijuanas is not marijuanas.
say that again.
I said one thing I disagree that they made marijuanas, and I hope I don't get disobeyed from it, but marijuana, not all marijuana is marijuana out here in these streets. They
Right,
can,
right. It's they have that fentanyl and all of that stuff everywhere to where you have to be careful and it makes these kids just go into acting like zombies at times. So
yes.
you have to be
That's
careful
why,
with all these drugs.
yes. And I know like legal marijuana, you can get it at a dispensary store. At least they know what they put in there. But
But they need more programs for the juveniles for these kids. So the kids need help. It's not they not the problem. It's what they're introduced to. Like I was introduced to a lot of bad things, and you have to help and try to counteract those things. And these kids nothing but follow with peer pressure. You know, follow their friends and do things that they see other people do. They, you know,
yeah. Peer pressure is another thing that us that these youth people, I mean, these young people, I ain't gonna say you people, young people, that's what I meant to say, young people today, peer pressure is a whole lot different when we were coming up, you know,
exactly.
you know, and with the peer pressure part, it's like monkey see and monkey do. But when we were taught monkey see, don't do what monkey do, because you may fall off the bridge. It never was taught that, you know. And I feel like they should take the illegal, the ones that people selling on the streets. I think they should take that. Oh, I'm sorry, everybody. No, I'm not sleepy. I just woke up about 2 hours ago. But I think that people today shouldn't buy marijuana off the streets. Go to the medical doctor. That's where they have dispensary stores for. Go there. And a lot of people don't do that. A lot of young people don't do that. They don't go to the dispensary stores. They go to their fellow mates, friends, whatever the case could be. But in the meantime, in between time, uh-uh. Yeah, I'm back in the house. I'm sorry. I'm gonna see how it's gonna work because I thought it was me and it wasn't me. I know you guys could see my face still. I'm not hiding. I'm not being discreet about it. Are you all able to hear me? Give me a thumbs up. Mr. Allen, if you're still in the building, please give me a thumbs up. Okay. So yes, in between time, meantime, young people today is growing up too fast for their own goods. They're growing up way too fast. You got parents out here don't know how to be parents, and you got parents out here that they care but they don't care. You got parents out here that do care and trying to do what's right for their child. But sometimes kids do what their friends are do. But like I said, this is a great interview. The questions are been answered. Yes, Mr. Allen, kids, you know, when we were kids, we had stricter parents that didn't allow us to go over to friends' house unless they knew their parents, unless they knew where their child was at. You got to call. Do you remember the payphones? You had to put a quarter in, and if you go behind the time, 7 o'clock was my time to be at home before the street lights come on. And once them street lights come on, you better call your mom and say, "Hey, I'm on my way coming home." If you was gonna be late, you better say, "Mama, I'm gonna be late, but here I am right now." What happened? What happened? What happened? What happened? What happened? Oh, there we go. You used to call your parents and say, "Mama, this is what's this is where I'm at. Is it okay if I could spend a night because I don't want to come home? You know, I don't want to come home too late because I don't want to get in no trouble, but is it okay if I can go over to my parents' house, go over to their house?" And their parents were like, "Well, let me get in contact with them and see if it was okay." And then you remember back in the days, the payphone, we didn't know what number we called our parents, so we had to do a three-way. Oh my God, tell me about it. Grandparents are in their 30s, and I'm like, I'm gonna be honest, I became a grandmother at the age of 40. Knock on wood. But I expected more because my son was working, but it's nothing to brag about. But I'll just say, 40-year-olds is good enough for me. My mother, when I became my mother or grandmother, she was 48 years old. So yes, and I think grandparents started at the age of 40, 50. You know, that in when our parents turn 60, they should be great great grandparents, I believe. And this is me. I'm from old school. I'm from the old school. You know, and when I say I'm from old school, I'm talking about I'm so old school. You have to literally get married before you even have kids, or if you're pregnant, you're supposed to get married. That's my law. If you gonna get a girl pregnant, marry her. That keep down the baby mama dramas and everything, because then you all made a family. Oh, excuse me. It's so hot in my house. I'm so sorry. I am literally hot. I'm having a hot flash. Yeah. So my theory is, you know, we have grown over the years, and we know what's not, that what to do, what not to do. So sorry, yarning again. I'm not sleepy, but it is hot, and it's hot. I get the yarning. But yes, I will have Tyrone again. I'm gonna have to do a part two with Mr. Tyrone. So what we'll do, I have a part two after tomorrow on Tuesday. I have a part two if Mr. Malone be able to do it. If he not, then I have to do it next the following Sunday. Oh, there he is right here. Okay. Okay. Uh-oh. So yes, I'm waiting on Mr. Tyrone. I just bought him in, but I don't see him no more. Let me see what's going on. He has bad Wi-Fi. I see. It happens to the best of us. Okay. I don't know. I see his name, but he's not popping up. So add to the stream. There we go. Yes. Can you hear me? That's all. Yes. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Now you're very clear. Whatever you do, stay right there. Don't move. Don't move. So, Mr. Tyrone, tell me about your book.
Yeah, my book was basically about what I was talking about, and it was saying that how I grew up and I became criminal minded to where when I came to Wisconsin, I started going to jail and being away from my parents, and I started learning that gang life in jail. So it was like I was so immune to selling drugs and jail. I would sell drugs. I sold a lot of drugs down here to where I disrupted neighborhoods and shot guns in neighborhoods. I've been shot at. I've been shot. Everywhere I've always been, I always sold. I was selling drugs in neighborhoods. Done, and snuck drugs in jail. It was like going to jail made me more of a criminal, and I had to realize that on my own to come up out of that cycle of being a criminal and telling myself I was a criminal, because I don't like jail. So, even though when I was younger, I would go and I would go to jail and it would look like it was nothing to me. It was because I was in the at the end of the day, I was away from my parents. So, I got spiritually inclined. Reading the Bible. So the Bible.
You're breaking again. I'm sorry.
You're really breaking. So yeah, you were breaking very bad. Very, very bad. So let me ask you this. If you can hear me, um, so in the jail cell, you're telling me they snuck drugs in the jail cell? Yeah. And then from there, wow. So how that? Well, I don't know how it got passed through the police. I mean, through the security, but I know you all probably had tight security back then. So my theory is this. Yeah, what he was saying is they actually literally snuck drugs in the jail cell back in the 90s and the 80s, and so they found a way to get around that. But who knows? I want to know, did the guards do the guards, some of the guards doing drugs? It's maybe I'm watching too much of CIS and these episode with Criminal Minds and Oz. So I remember the Oz so very well because Oz, they snuck a lot of drugs. And if y'all remember the Oz, they used to come on HBO on every Tuesdays and sometimes Wednesdays, but I always catch it on every Saturday night. So with us, they did a lot of gang activity. It was more drugs back then. I think it's more drugs back then than it is today, but who knows? They got all kinds of names for drugs now. They got the white horse. I see it, the white horse. They got do you wanna ride? Darn. The ride pony. I mean, my mom used to smack me in my face for that one. Well, not literally smack me in the face, but I used to get in trouble singing that song because I didn't know what the word that was. You get popped. My mom used to pop me so bad. Lord have mercy. I used to get whooped just like crazy. No wonder I'm so smart because I got all them butt whoopings. I was a troublemaker too, but I'm not like that. My mama didn't play that. My mother told me one time, if you have a baby, you everywhere that baby go, including in school, in elementary school or high school or college, that baby goes straight directly with you. And there is no question to ask because my mother said she didn't have time to watch no babies because she had to work. Of course, she had to work. She had to pay bills and provide for me and provide for the rest of the family. So, what else can we say about that? It's like when you have a strong background of a parenting, then it shouldn't have been no problem back then. But now these kids get away with murder and more murder and get away with a lot of stuff. A lot of stuff and more murder. I mean, look what they're doing now. So it's tragic in this world with these young people, and it's sad because I feel like today young people need more structure. They need more structure. And Tyrone Malone is the only person that could just say he can describe about the structure. So tell me something, Mr. Tyrone. Tell me a little bit more about your book. Tell me how people could find your book.
Actually, my book is on Amazon and it's on under Doors Publishing, the publishing company that published my book. But at hand, a person can just go on Amazon. It's called Life from Cabrini Greens by Tyrone Malone. And if you ever see me in person, I have them handy for everybody. So you can catch me with them, and they're on Amazon. And also, you could, if you're a friend of mine on Facebook, I can send you the link to where you can grab them at. And it's a nice read to where like I say, I at the end of the day, I changed my ways and my thoughts in those ways that I was choosing to live, because I was tired of being incarcerated. And then furthermore, I'm older. I'm 52 years of age, so I'm not young anymore. I can't do all those things anymore. And then I've been in jail so many times for so long time to where it's taking me away from my kids. I have a little daughter right here. She's 3 years old, and she stays up on me, but I wasn't there for my other kids. So that's another thing. I wasn't even there. I have 8 kids, and I wasn't really there for them because of me being incarcerated and being in the streets and not caring about their lives and only worrying about myself. So, realize that you from home. The streets Yeah, but my book is basically saying about me being traumatized early, you know what I'm saying, at the early age, from hearing gunshots all the time and seeing, I know about girls being raped and things like that.
Wow. Young girls getting raped in the 90s. I do remember that. Matter of fact, it was a little girl. Oh my God, I will never forget her name. They call her the little girl X. And little girl X was from the west side of Cabrini Green. And she was raped. She was burned. Very brutal. And they did some donations for her. And I felt, as a girl, as a woman coming into adulthood, you just, it makes you think like that could have happened to me or my friends or the next person, somebody in the family. And it's so saddening because these young people, they have the right to live. They have voices too. And I'm talking about young people from 14 to 31, you know, and it makes you really want to think like, where is the controlling of parentinghood? What can this possibly be like? Like these young people need to live and learn how to laugh, and they don't know how to do that because the only thing they hear is cries. They crying out for help. These young people are crying out for help because they don't know who to turn to, and their parents and grandmamas probably no longer here, and they are in the system. So I mean, I want to get to know more. I am so in tune with this. I want to
Yeah, you
get to
hear
know
me?
more because now it's like,
I went outside. I had to go outside because I don't know what's going on. I know I got unlimited data on my phone. So let's.
uh-oh. Wherever you
Can you
was
hear me?
at, I can hear you now. Maybe you need to step out the car. There's a 5G somewhere where you was at. Wherever you was at, standing outside, is there you are nearby a 5G somewhere. So see if you could go back outside. Cause I know it ain't cold out. It ain't that cold because it ain't cold out here in Chicago.
Now, can you hear me?
I can wait wherever you at, Stace. Don't move. Don't move. Don't move. I can hear you. Oh, he moved. Oh my goodness. This is This is so hilarious. But yeah. So my theory of this here interview, it's a life lessons to learn. And this is what this interview is all about. Life
You
lessons
hear
to
me now?
learn. Yeah, stay, don't move.
Yeah, life lessons to learn.
Yes. Don't walk, just stay still, because whatever you're doing, I can hear you very clearly. But yes, life lesson is to learn. And we had to learn from what our parents used to do back then. We don't do what they do. We do better things to better ourselves, you know. But how can the people tell me this, Tyrone? How can the people find you?
You can find me on Facebook. My name is Tyrone Malone, or you can. I have a YouTube channel, but I haven't been really utilizing it yet. And I have an Instagram that's Bankroll 8, and basically in the streets in Wisconsin. I'm located in Racine, Wisconsin. I will be coming to Chicago, do a few things. I have been going through a few changes in life where I had not received enough to even go to Chicago with. We'll be heading to Chicago soon.
So he is trying to come to Chicago.
Yeah, so I'm willing to come anywhere for the sale. So, that's just how I am. I'm hustling drugs, like I sold drugs. So that's what I'm doing with the books. I realized I could sell myself instead of trying to sell someone else. And why not my own story? If you actually read the book, it's like a movie to me. So, I'm hoping the right catch hold of it, and that I have a movie on my hands, because my life was a movie. It is a movie, and I'm here
And
to tell you that.
and the name of the
Yeah.
book is, because when you were saying something about your book, it broke up. So can you explain to people what's the name of your book and how can they find it?
The name of my book is Life from Cabrini Greens. You can find it on Amazon. Google Life from Cabrini Greens by Tyrone on Amazon and Doris Publishing. That's
And that's the book. It's in the chat. The Life of Cabrini Green by Tyrone Malone. So you can find that book on Amazon. The Life is LIFE of Cabrini Green. And that's CABRINIGREEN by Tyrone Malone. And boys and girls, I will have a second interview with Mr. Tyrone Malone so he can explain more about it. If you all do, please look on Amazon Prime on Tyrone Malone. But in meantime, I wanted to say make sure you hit the like, the follow button, and subscribe to my YouTube channel and share it to everybody. Uh-oh. There we go.
You hear me?
Yes, sir, I can hear you.
Yeah. If you see me, anyone see me in person, I have them handy But I would like for people to go on Amazon and Doors Publishing, especially if they're not in the same state I'm in, to get them one, because it's a decent read. It just talks about my mentality. It talks about how I was raised. I've come from poverty, and I was dealing with a lot of pain. I didn't have nothing. My mama was on welfare all her life, so my mama didn't know how to drive a car. So believe me, I did a lot of things for my mama. My mama was fat. She was kind of overweighted. So believe me, you know, it was hard for me. It was hard for us. So I really didn't depend on my mama. Since I was 13, 12 years old, I've taken care of my mama. I've taken care of my mama since I was 12, you know, paying bills and giving her money. I haven't asked my mama for no money as she resting in peace right now. I lost my mama about 2-3 years ago, her and my sister. So, you know, I've never asked my mama for nothing from these years. Since I came from Chicago. When I came from Chicago, I was grown again. So I went to do my systems and all things where I have grown fat. And I did grow fat. So I'm here to tell that story because it was a struggle. My story was I had to come out with a survival kick. I didn't have it good. I grew up around I had it rough. It wasn't I come from. When I was in Vice Lord, just two of us. And one of them that stood strong and upheld these type of things, but it was in a bad way. So I want to try to teach these kids like I was teaching them to do bad. I want to teach them to do positive because I'm not no criminal no more. I don't do criminal activity no more. I'm an ex-criminal to where I try to do positive in schools and try to talk to kids and let them know about, you know what I'm saying, the repercussions of crime, which y'all have.
Yeah.
Please.
Are you walking? I'm sorry, I ain't mean to cut you off, but are you walking?
No, I'm standing. I'm good. I'm standing right here. As long as I got the right signal, I'm good.
Okay, because at first it was so choppy, but you know I'm about to do a round 2 with you. Are you available? When is your next availability to come on back on my show?
Man, you can call me up on your show every day if you want to, but yeah, I'm available whenever. I'm not working right now, so I'm really just pushing my books and going from there, being a full-time father. So, you know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna worry about nothing else right now. As long as I'm here for my daughter and my other kids, you know what I'm saying? When they need me, I'm gonna try to just be the best that I can for all of them, you know?
Yes, I believe me, I'm saluting to you as I'm talking to you. And you know, life changed you in a mysterious way, you know, like you said before, you could have been dead. You was shot at.
I've been shot a couple times, shot at a lot of times, and that's not fun. I got a bullet in me now to where that's not fun. Certain days my hip hurt, things like that hurt. I'm 52 years of age. I got shot when I was 17. So imagine that. You know, I still feel the pain. So those bullets ain't nothing to play with. And I hope these kids realize that they not to be played with. And I'm a witness to that. Yeah. But well, I would love to do it. We could do it. We can do another one whenever you're available. Your next availability, we could do another one. I'm gonna make sure I'm in a nice setting to where I could sit back and we could just do what we're doing, and we could be flowing like it's been like an hour. We could have been on here talking for this hour, and in which, hey, God is great. You know what I'm saying? Believe another thing to the kids. Believe in yourself. Believe in God. Pray every day. Pray for betterment. You know what I'm saying? Don't give up. You know what I'm saying? Love your siblings, love your family, and respect your parents. Respect all elders. You know what I'm saying? These kids got to learn to respect people. They losing respect for everybody to where they have to deal with these consequences for disrespecting people. Y'all have to respect people. Put some respect on everybody's name. So that's the new slogan. Everybody needs to respect everybody, and it starts with us teaching the kids to learn to respect. That's the problem. They don't respect nobody. So they have to be taught respect.
Yes, you are absolutely right about that. Absolutely right. And
Yeah,
I will bring you back on. I will bring you back on next Sunday. Is that okay with you? And I'll
yeah,
make a
that'd be good.
responsibility of
Yeah,
you. You'll be a
yeah.
special day for Mr. Tyrone next Sunday. Tune in, same time, same day, but
Get
not
that
the
book.
same dates.
Get that
It's
book.
gonna be 5 o'clock starting
Get that,
time.
get that book, Life from Cabrini Greens. It's a nice read for everybody. You know what I'm saying? Check me out. I'm good
And I
people.
most definitely will. I most definitely will get your book on Amazon and everything. So yes. Do you
No,
also have
I'm telling the
audio?
people. I'm telling the people to get it. We know what you gonna get yours when you see me. If you don't get there, you gonna get yours when you see me. So, or we gonna have to ship you one, however you want it. We gonna make sure you get it. So that's what you right up in Chicago. We could. You want me to come sit down with you, or however I can do that. It ain't no problem to me. I like to travel too, so I have no problem traveling. I love
Hey,
Chicago.
let's make it happen. Let's make it happen. We'll team up and then we'll go on from there.
Okay, so but we still on for Sunday, and we gonna
We
take it
still
from there.
on for Sunday. Yes, of course. I'm not. We doing this again because I got to get all my details from you, sir.
The real Bonnie Chambers. I appreciate you, y'all. This is my first YouTube interview with someone, and I thank you for that. I really appreciate that. I really appreciate you acknowledging me writing a book and where I'm from, and it makes me feel good inside because this is one of my dreams is to let the world know about my book. So if this is the start of it, thank you.
You are very welcome. You'd be surprised who's gonna probably reach out to you as well. But we're gonna make sure you get that Wi-Fi together, and I'm gonna make sure I get everything time in on here again. I wanted to say to all of my viewers that are watching, make sure you like, subscribe, hit the subscribe button. That's very important to me. So hit
Yeah.
that subscribe button, hit the like button. That's very important to me. And make sure you share it to Ray, Pookie, Kiki, Lucretia, and Lucretia, and everybody else, including your friends and friends. Share it to their
Okay.
friends and friends and friends and family members. So once you share it and tag their names in it, you can tag it on Facebook. You can, matter of fact, you can hit that share button and hit it on Facebook, and there's like into that and tag their names into Facebook. Or if you have Instagram, put it in the chat. Tag them.
Okay.
That's
Okay.
how. That's how we get our followers. That's how we get an improvement of the YouTube.
Okay. Hey, you
Yeah.
see, I had to come outside. I'm like, I don't know what's going on. I think they saying they having an outage with the system or whatever. But I'm steady saying my phone. I know my phone got unlimited. So I said, let me go outside.
Yes.
I'm gonna use the regular. I don't need the Wi-Fi. I'm gonna use my Fi.
Exactly.
So if I have to stand outside. If I have to stand outside next time, we gonna do this.
Yes. On a positive note, we will be if I had to stand outside, which we're gonna be on our outside phones together. Period.
But it went good enough. It went decent. We carried it on. They heard me. If they listen, you heard me.
Yes, of course. And we're, like I said, Sunday, 5 o'clock p.m. at PCS time at 3, CS time at 5, and 6 o'clock EST time. So guess what, guys? Positive mind, positive energy. Don't let nobody take your joy away from you, because your character is who you are, and you're representing your name and your brand.
God bless everybody. God bless everybody. Thank you, Miss Bonnie Chambers. I look forward to seeing you again, and you will hear from me real soon again. Thank you.
Oh, yes, of course. Of course. And I'm gonna call you later on this evening and I will share this live to you and tag your name in it and everybody else. So if anybody missing anything, you will have a part two for my followers and my supporters. There will be a part two with Mr. Tyrone Malone from West Side of Cabrini Green. It's not Northwest Side, but to me, from me
Northwest
being on the
side.
South
Yeah.
Side, it's the West Side to us.
It's the northwest side.
Yeah. Still north side, northwest side.
Uh,
There we
yeah,
have it.
northwest side. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
All right, Mr.
Northwest
Malone.
side. Yeah, yeah.
I'll be talking with you,
Hey,
sir.
I appreciate this.
My
Yeah,
bless.
I'm gonna be calling you real soon. All right,
Yeah,
thank you. God bless you.
no
Bye
problem.
bye.
God bless.
God bless you. Yeah, it's gonna work when I go outside. That's crazy.
I
Oh, you still? I don't know how to hang up. Nah,
got
nah.
you. I got you. And there we have it. A positive mind, a positive energy. Don't let nobody take your joy away from you. Because your energy, your brand, you have to protect it at all given costs. So if you all missed it, you will have a part two. And I know I owe it to you guys a part two next Sunday with Mr. Tyrone Malone.